What's going on, MMA fans? I'm back to do my WEC 41 Brown versus Faber 2 predictions taking place June 7th from the Arco Arena in Sacramento. Should be a good night of fights. So a couple fights on here, not so compelling, but nonetheless, I think should still be interesting. I'm going to work my way from the bottom of the main card all the way to the top like I normally do. First fight of the night, Manny Gamburian taking on John Franchi. Manny Gamburian, a judo black belt. Very quick, very explosive, has excellent takedowns, good wrestling, decent submission defense. Has it really improved with his hands and his footwork? He looked, kind of shaky in his last couple fights. Definitely the one to mention the most was against Rob Emerson, and he had a couple rough spots against Thiago Tavares. But it looks like he's improved a little bit since then. Some of the training camps that I've seen online, some of the videos. He's taking on John Franchi, who is training out of the Team Bomb Squad. IFL vet, actually fought in the IFL Connecticut show where he beat Frank Latina via rear naked choke. Actually a very, very nice rear naked choke. Had the most recent win over Mike Budnick where he actually won via split decision. He's definitely got on the outside looking in, trying to get a win to kind of skyrocket his way up into the division. But I think in this fight, while Gamburian on the feet is not, I think, more talented than Franchi, I think on the ground he is more talented, and I think that's where this fight's going to go. I think Gamburian's got the better cardio, the better wrestling. I think he's going to take down Franchi at different points of this fight, not only from standing but in the clinch as well. I think he's going to be able to work 3 rounds inside of Franchi's guard or on the outside, working some effective ground and pound. I think Gamburian's going to win a unanimous decision. All right, next fight, Jens Pulver taking on Josh Grisby. Jens Pulver training out of AMC, and most recently now he's been training a lot with Matt Hume. Well known for his powerful left hand. If he connects, he can drop you. He's got good takedown defense, an underrated grappler on the ground. People don't realize just how good his grappling is, and he's a talented wrestler as well. He's taking on Josh Grisby, who's training out of ATT. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's a good striker. He's got good leg kicks, decent wrestling, an underrated grappler on the ground. He's got very good triangle chokes off of his back. I really have gone back and forth on this fight. Grisby has looked really good in his last 2 fights. He had an excellent fight against Mark Hominick, even though Mark Hominick looked off that night where he pulled the rear naked choke off. He had the solid win over Micah Miller where he beat him via TKO. Pulver has looked kind of shaky in his last couple fights. He looks like he hasn't been willing to pull the trigger. He's kind of slow and sluggish. But against my my better judgment, what I'm gonna pick Jens Pulver via decision, a close decision. I think he's gonna be able to do enough in the pocket, move in and out. I think he can avoid Grisby's power because Grisby does have a powerful left and right hand. I think Pulver can use good footwork, move side to side. Jab combo if he has to, work his way in and out. I think Jens Pulver is going to win a decision, so that's my pick. Jens Pulver via a close split decision. I think it's going to be a close fight. All right, next fight, Donald Cerrone taking on James Krause. Donald Cerrone training out of Jackson's. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Very good Muay Thai, excellent clinch. He's got a good top game and bottom game. He likes going for arm bars off the top if he can get them. He's got good triangles off of his back. He's got good takedown defense. Of course, had the controversial fight with Jamie Varner where he hit Jamie Varner on the temple with a knee while Varner was down. But still has the impressive wins over Rob McCullough and Danny Castillo. He's taking on James Krause, who's a well-rounded fighter. He's got decent hands. He's a decent grappler, good takedown defense, and is 10-0 right now. And this is probably going to be a very entertaining fight. Krause is, from reports that I've read on him, a very entertaining fighter. He likes to push the pace. He's a good grappler on the ground. However, while I think this fight is going to be entertaining, I think Cerrone, has the experience factor. I think Cerrone's, probably going to have the better striking, the better, takedown defense. I think he's going to be the better grappler. I think Cerrone's going to catch Krause in the second round via TKO, probably from the standing position, catch him, fall him to the ground, and finish him on the ground. So that's my pick, Donald Cerrone via second round TKO. Alright, next fight. This is probably, could potentially be fight of the night, depending on how long it lasts. Jose Aldo taking on Cub Swanson. Jose Aldo training out of Nova Uneo. He's a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Excellent Muay Thai. Very, very good leg kicks. Powerful hands. He's very good off of his back. He has an excellent top game. Solid takedown defense. Very quick. he's the guy in this division that everyone needs to look out for. This is probably the next guy in line should he win this fight for the title, either against Mike Brown or Uriah Faber. He's taking on Cub Swanson, who trains out of CSW. Cub Swanson is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, good wrestler, decent hands, decent grappler on the ground, primarily from the top position in the top game. Cub Swanson's really going to have to push the pace in this fight, work for takedowns. I think he's going to have a hard time doing so. Aldo's got excellent takedown defense, and every time someone tries to take him down, he punishes them with a leg kick or a punch coming out of the takedown. I think Aldo's really just going to be too much for Swanson on the feet and even on the ground should he get him there. Aldo's a talented grappler and does use his grappling to get back to his feet effectively very well. I'm going to say Aldo picks apart Swanson on the feet in the first round. Probably gets taken down once at least in that round, but in the second comes out very, very hungry, very, very aggressive. Works some very good leg kicks, good combinations, catches Swanson on the feet, drops him, and finishes him with a knockout. So I'm going to pick Jose Aldo via second round knockout. Alright, main event for the Featherweight Championship, 145. Mike Brown taking on Uriah Faber. Mike Brown training out of ATT. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's got very, very good wrestling, excellent positioning from the top. His top game is awesome. And even with his grappling, his top game is very, very good. He's got excellent boxing skills, very, very good hands, has very good cardio, has a lot of heart, and pushes the pace in his fights. He's taking on a dangerous opponent, Uriah Faber, for the second time. Uriah Faber training out of Capital City Fighting Alliance. Very good wrestler, very quick, has excellent cardio, pushes the pace very, very much. He's very unorthodox, tries different things throughout his fights, standing knees, spinning back fist. He's got good sub-defense and very good takedowns. In this fight, I think it's going to be a very similar fight to the first fight. I think Mike Brown, in all aspects, for the most part, I think is a little bit more experienced and a little bit more better than Uriah as far as in the stand-up. I think in the wrestling as well, I think Mike Brown's a better wrestler. I think in the grappling, I think Mike Brown is a better grappler. I think the one area that you have to question is Faber's unorthodox style and Faber's heart and his cardio. I think Faber, in the gas tank area, I think Faber's got a little bit more. He trains like a madman. I think that may play into the fight if it goes late, 4th and 5th round. But I'm going to say that Mike Brown is able to do enough on the feet, enough on the ground if he gets Faber down to work him on the feet, work him on the ground as far as ground and pound. I think Brown's going to catch Faber on the ground with some shots, finishes it. I'm going to say he wins via a 3rd round TKO and retains the Featherweight Championship. So those are my picks for WEC 41. I will be back the night of or the night after to do a review on this one. Leave me some comments, constructive, negative, positive. Check out my sponsors on the description side. And on that note, you guys, have a great day.